Hello, Internet, and welcome back to another episode of me getting good at chess. As you know, we are back on the same plan. The goal is to try to get to 2300 on Lichess Rapids and hopefully learn something along the way. So here we go. Here we have another interesting Sicilian approach where they play the open game instead of trying to bring the knight here. This usually means that they're going to use the queen. Yes. And you can either, attack the queen right away, but I like to bring the knight here first to try to create a setup. And it's a small difference, but sometimes it catches people off guard. And now's a good time. So in this scenario, the queen's going to be moving around a lot, and we have a lot of chances to try to kick it away. But we do not want to overshoot because it can lead to some issues. So let's try to keep developing first. Maybe set this bishop up. And he gets rid of my knight's jumping spaces here, but we can still try to do a discovered attack. Okay, this is interesting. He brings the bishop here to guard this in case I kick him away. I could trade my knight for this bishop right now. Look, the queen will probably come back here and defend this, but I don't know if I want to trade right now. I could keep developing. I do like my knights in this game, though. Let's try to get the bishop involved, so I'm going to prepare castling. Usually when you don't know what to do and you haven't used up all your pieces yet, the best thing is just to keep developing your pieces. And I expect us both to castle here. It's a way to protect the king and get the rook in the game, so now the game continues. This discovered attack isn't as nice anymore. Like, I really wanted to bring my knight here and potentially attack the rook and the king here. But he made good and escaped it early. If you guys are just getting into the theory of castling, it's almost always a good idea to castle early in the game, just to get out of tricky traps like that. Okay, here we have a bishop going here. Not sure what to do yet. I could do that same thing as last time. Is this too early? I don't think so. I think I'm actually going to try to do this now. If anything, I will try to open him up. Oh, he moves there, so I cannot open him up. Yeah, maybe it was a little bit early for me to try and go for this attack. But I can remove his dominance on the light squares, so I'm going to try to do that now and activate this bishop. This will have a nice offensive power later in the game. Yeah, maybe we should do this now. And of course, we're going to keep stacking everything on this diagonal. One idea now, actually, since he has this diagonal for his bishop, is to eliminate this bishop's influence. You can do that by playing the pawn here and preventing the knights from coming in. But it also creates a weakness on these squares, so it's something to be careful about if you move your pawn up here. But this might be the best long term, just so that I can keep this position here and prevent this pawn from ever escaping. Usually when you want to target a pawn, you want to block the space immediately in front of it and then throw everything, the kitchen sink, at it. and it's not going to escape. The only issue is, yeah, if he does trade this, then my bishop's going to be locked out because of this pawn here. But that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. And we probably want to get the queen involved. Let's try that. He brings this rook to protect this pawn. I was not expecting that rook in particular. If this pawn ever moves, this pawn will become weak, so it would be advisable to prepare. Takes my knight, I have to take back. Another idea was to capture with this pawn and play a very risky setup to try to pressure the king over here, but I don't think that my queen is prepared to do that yet. So I will just skip that for now. Sometimes I worry that I'm playing a little too slowly. We could lock him out here. And this will also... his knight doesn't really have a way to get here yet. You have to jump like this, and I've kind of secured that. So no worries about a knight being here yet. The big concern is that this bishop's kind of blocked out, but I have two bishops. So I'm going to keep trying to put pressure on this pawn and trying to find a way through here. This is a tricky one. Maybe bring this queen back. And like prepare to attack on the light squares. You could also set the bishop back and prepare to open here. He kind of can't move this right now. Well, okay, I guess he just did. I was going to say because if he wants to bring his rook in, it'll block it, and also I'm kind of watching this pawn. But maybe I will stand corrected, who knows? I could either allow him to push forward, which seems like a bad idea, or I can take it and open up space for the queen and the rook, which isn't too bad. Or I could just come back and have two pieces attacking this pawn, which is isolated. I don't want to move my bishop away. Seems a bit awkward. You know what? I think I'm just going to take it. I don't really have a lot going for me right now, so I'm just going to take it. I don't think this is a good move, but we'll see what happens. And now I kind of have to bring this bishop back because I'm expecting him to push. We can sort of reposition the bishop here, and then we're going to try to keep control over these areas. Eventually, I think I'm going to have an attack on the light squares of the king, but it's going to take some time. And, I'm wondering if I should trade here. Maybe not yet. There is a weakness on this pawn. Could potentially do something about that, but I have to stop him first. I'm kind of waiting for him to move this knight somewhere, because I want to get position here with the queen or trade with the rook, so I can have my rook on the 7th file. But I guess he's taking his time. Alright. What to do here? This is a doozy. I think I should do this, though, because there's not really a lot of good position unless I bring the rook in the game. And then I can double up rooks here. The good news is that I have 2 bishops compared to his 2 knights, which are going to be better in a game with a lot of space like this. But he does have this scary pawn push, and I have to be ready for that. Okay, so he declines the trade. I can live with that. What do I want here? I want to make it harder for his knight to get in the game. All of a sudden, this looks like a good move. Oh, I've been a fool. I lost my pawn, didn't see that coming. Is there any kind of compensation for this? Hard to say. I could try to go for a push and finally activate the bishops. But this pawn is coming. It may be best for me to begin pushing now. If I can open this up, I might be able to trap his rook. Okay, this is a little bit concerning. I don't want to trade here because the queen is still probably better. I may just exit. And if we trade, then that's okay. Now I have a real case to attack here. But you gotta be careful of this back rank because the queen is watching. Good thing that I have this secured. He takes, we have to take. And then this looks like a good move. He moves here to prevent this. But are you really preventing this? If I push this, what will he do? He may move this knight, but then this knight will fall. He may capture it, but then I will win this knight. I still think this is a good move, no? Okay, don't overthink things. Especially when I'm the slowest player in the world. Don't overthink things. And now that the bishop is kind of covering everything, this is very nice. Uh-oh. No checks here. I'm not trapped. I can run here. Okay, let's try that. Okay, he's threatening this bishop. How will we recover from this? Why, of course, we shall just threaten the queen back. Every time somebody throws jabs at you, you strike back twice as hard. Now, if I can get over the fact that I'm down 3 minutes, we might actually be able to have a winning position here. If we're able to survive. But yeah, I probably should be up a piece here, which is good. Oh, I failed. He's gonna... Yeah, this game's over. This is a very excellent tactic. So he takes with the queen. I can't do anything except for take this, and then the rook is gonna come here and checkmate me. So very clever. I can't do anything. This is the only move. But yeah. Even when you think you're in a good position, you may lose at any time. So, another thing to notice. Like I said, back rank mate is one of the most common checkmates in all of chess. And if you ever find yourself in this situation, don't be too greedy like I was. I shouldn't be the one to tell you that. You guys who are watching probably are better than me and are going to tell me that in the next game. Until then, have a good one.